Picked up this cute little tall boy off Marketplace, and I can't believe somebody painted this. A couple of the drawers needed repairs, but nothing major, just some of the dovetail joints had come loose, so I just glued those up and put them back into place and clamped them up to dry while I started to work on the rest of the dresser. For this project, I need stripper, restore finish, and acetone. The only stripper that I use is circa 1850. It'll chew through absolutely everything and it lifts the paint off really nicely. This is when the magic happens, when you start to see the paint crackling. This paint was super stubborn. Started to come off pretty good, but I had to do a few coats of the stripper to get it completely off of the dresser. I don't know if this paint was really old or if they used some sort of chalk paint maybe. The other side of the dresser cooperated much better. It came off quite easily, and I just loved seeing what was hidden underneath this awful blue paint, and who would cover up this beautiful walnut? After I finish stripping the paint, I go at it with some acetone. Acetone can remove varnish, but as well as paint within the wood grain, and it just cleans up your furniture for sanding. I spent hours scrubbing this piece, trying to get out all that blue paint within the wood grain, but finally I got it all out. I started out stripping the handles while they were still attached to the drawers, and it was going to be quite the task. It was not coming off easily, and it was going to be really time consuming. As I was working on the drawers, I realized the handles were loose, so I was actually able to pry them off and strip those separate from the drawers, which made my life a lot easier, so I didn't have to dig around all the curves on the handles, and it gave the drawers a much better finish as well. The paint lifted off really nicely off the handles, a lot better than it did on the dresser and the body. And here they are all finished up. They're stripped and sanded, and I just used a little bit of Howard's feed in wax to bring back the natural grain and shine them up. One thing is drying. I'm working on something else. So I went back to the body of the dresser and went at it with a wire brush to really work into those grains. Acetone dries very quickly, so the trick is to work in very small patches and wipe away as you work, otherwise it'll dry right back onto the furniture. I was a little worried about the top of the dresser and these water rings, but surprisingly it came out really well. I always save the worst for last, so I started working on the front of the dresser and all the drawer guides, and this came off actually pretty good. It wasn't too stubborn and the paint lifted off pretty well. I decided to change out the legs on the dresser because they were in super rough shape and they had lots of cracks and they were honestly really nothing special. So I had these legs kicking around my garage that would actually work perfectly for this dresser. I had them left over from another project that they didn't work out on. So I used the existing holes from where the leg base originally was. Unfortunately, I didn't have a drill bit big enough, so I don't recommend this method. It's not the right method. Definitely get the right size drill bit. But I ended up making them fit, and they worked out perfectly. How cute do these cone legs look with this dresser? They worked out perfectly. I just picked them up on Amazon. I've linked the product in the comments. I personally would never stain walnut. Walnut's beautiful in itself. You just want to bring back the natural beauty of the grain. And I tried out this product for the first time and I'm so glad I did. It's so beautiful. It's so easy to work with. It's by Howard's. It's called Restore Finish. And I've linked the product in the description. And here it is again. I'm using it on the drawer fronts now. I just wanted to post another little shot of this just to show you how beautiful this product is to work with and how it brings out the grain in the walnut. It's really forgiving, and the best part is it's not chemical, so it doesn't smell awful like stain does. Sometimes you can sand through the veneer, especially getting close to the edges, so I just use these stain pens to make a couple of touch-ups. I've also linked these in the description. I had to remove some little screws that were holding the handles onto the drawers. Once I got those out, I just used a little bit of wood glue to help hold the drawer pulls in place. and then clamped those up and put some nails back into the holes that were there from the previous little screws, so I didn't add any additional holes to the drawer pulls. I love when my projects start coming together. Look how beautiful this is looking. Just thought I'd share these light fixtures I got from Amazon. They're linked in my description. They just screw into your socket and light up your whole space. I used the Howard's Feed and Wax just to polish up the insides of the drawers. They can get dull and dry over time, so it's just kind of a nice touch to add and to refreshen the inside of the drawers. This dresser was in pretty good shape except for one large chip on one side of the dresser. So I just bought some 2-part wood epoxy and I'll just fill that up and let it cure for about 24 hours. And then you can sand it down and I'll use my pens and markers to match it up to the wood grain. Hey, these are my puppies, Jenny and Jeffrey. Not related, just sharing because they're cute. Just a reminder of what it looked like before. And here she is after. Look at the walnut. I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I just love the carved handles. I'm so glad they came off and I was able to finish them separately. The inside the drawers were in amazing condition. And those watermarks that I was worried about came out nicely. You can't even tell that they were there.